In Romans 14, Paul is dealing with the problem of weak members of the church. They're immature. They haven't grown to the stature of maturity that Paul models himself. Always very important to keep in mind that Paul wants his converts to become strong as he is. So I would begin with that point and say that Paul says that he, as a Jew and a Christian, Paul, the Jew and the Christian, is convinced in the Lord, in verse 14, that nothing is unclean of itself. And then he says in verse 20, all things are clean. That's the Christian standard that we're aiming at. Having said that, he wants people to have time to get to that position. They shouldn't be forced into eating or drinking things that they think are not good, because they're not strong enough to take that. And so you can deal with the weak in an appropriate manner and allow them their scruples. You don't want to force them to have wine if they think that all alcohol is sin. Let them learn. But don't let them remain weak forever. We're not 2,000 years later than these grand words of Paul. Are we still in doubt about the strong position here? Certainly we may encounter weak people, it's clear. But one really can understand easily that the moderate use of alcohol is not forbidden by the New Testament. Jesus then set a terrible example at the wedding, if in fact there might have been, perchance, a weak person there. And so this is a very specialized situation. And it must not be forgotten that Paul wants everybody to grow into strength, and therefore scruples over vegetarianism are not the mature position, nor is an absolute prohibition of all alcohol the absolute strong position of Christianity. We must take the whole counsel of God. And though Paul is urging us to be sensitive to individuals who are weak, he doesn't suggest that the whole church or huge denominations should remain weak forever.